Well, the weather today is currently wet. It's raining outside. Do you want to go outside, Bruno? Do you want to go outside? He says, on your bloody Nelly, Dad. I don't go outside in rain. You should know that by now. Anyway, welcome back to another day in the life. It's currently Tuesday, and right this second at that time, I believe a certain David is currently under the anaesthetic, having the shunt put in. Hopefully, fingers crossed, everything goes well and that everything all goes swimmingly. But yeah, I've been working on the customer portal today, getting things going. I've now got the invoicing system relatively working. I can do manual payments. I just have to add in some extra details for customers to be able to make a payment, and that will be it. And yeah, no, everything is slowly starting to work out, and we're getting there. Right, I need to go and let the other 3 dogs out because they haven't been out since this morning. So I'm going to let them out, see if they need to do a wee, and then we're going to go from there. So I thought I'd show you how my new system actually works. This is what I've been working on. This is why I'm currently spending 90% of the time at the computer. I'm building this new system for my customers and also for me to manage the customers. This is just a test company with just some test random data, just so that way I can show you. These technically have no thing out, so I can share this screen out to you. Otherwise I couldn't really share it. So at the very top here, I've got information about the customer, what is happening, whether outgoing emails are enabled, which of course I can, if need be, I can disable them by clicking a checkbox in their edit account, and I can literally update it, and then that disables any outgoing emails to them, which would then stop any further communications from the business to that customer, which is part of GDPR as well. We then have the option to assign a contract to a customer, so I could technically assign them the basic support contract, starts today. I would say it's going to last for a couple of years. We'll end there, perfect. There we go. We now have a basic support contract, which is now being set up. So that just shows you that it's active, what's happening, how many tickets per month, how many hours per month on a ticket. And over this side over here, I've got access to, for example, enable portal logins. So they can actually log into the portal. I can also disable it. I could also reset their password if I needed to. So if someone called me up and they forgot their password, I could resend out a password key. There's also a phone password. Now, this bit here, technically, I don't see that. I am seeing it right this second, if that makes sense. Okay, it doesn't. So this phone passcode, the full section, I can read it at the moment because of the way that my system root admin does. But anyone else doesn't get to see that. They get to use this in a different option. So what I'm going to do, and this would request first character, second character, or sixth character. Then from here, I can suspend the account if I needed to. From here, I've got the address locations, just a random address that I typed in. It's actually not exactly to that address. As you can see, it's going to someone else. Right. It's currently 8:11 PM on Tuesday, which is about the time that I started off yesterday's video. At least I've started off a bit early and shown you a bit more around what I've been working on. I've just started working on the appointment side, so getting all the appointments so that way I can book appointments through the system. It will notify customers, it will send emails out to them just like it does normally at the moment, but I want it integrated into my system so then everything's all done. I've also got it so when I close down a ticket, it also generates me an invoice ready for me to send to that customer. Of course, I can cancel the invoice if need be, or delete it if it's not needed to be sent. Then basically I can go from there. However, I'm currently going for about to go for a walk at the moment, and the issue that I've got is the fact that I believe, I don't know what this weather is going to be like. I can see a storm cloud coming over, and whether I've hit the storm cloud is another matter. But I need to take a break from the screen. I need to take a break from doing what I normally have been doing. So I thought this was probably the better option to do. Take them out for a walk. It's not spitting at the moment. It's not wet. It's not raining, which makes my life a lot more easier. It just takes some time to get to different places. So yeah, that's what I'm planning on doing today, well, planning on doing now, while also thinking about how I can implement the appointment system into the whatchamacallit. I need it to sync up with my office calendar, so that way it can say, hey, this is a conflict, or there's a conflict with this, so that way I don't get booked up in two different things. So if I put something in my calendar like I have been doing, then it won't be available to book as an appointment, which is the plan anyway. Right, I'm gonna see you on the dog walk. Right, you ready? Let me just release that a little bit more. There we go. Come on, Betsy. Here you come. Good girl. 1 second, Bruno. 1 second. So over there in the distance you can see what looks to be like it's been a nice day, but the clouds are going that way. Over that way, yeah, it doesn't look too pretty, shall we say. However, hopefully it's not going to be too bad. Yesterday during my dog walk I was doing my normal dog walk, but I completely forgot to record anything, just because I was on the phone talking to Jean, making sure everything was all okay. I have heard back from David today. Well, I've heard back from Jean that David has come through the surgery, which is good. He has managed to wake back up, which of course is always a big massive panic and always a big massive thing. And the next part is to get everything else all done. He will be staying in hospital overnight tonight, and then we'll be going home tomorrow. Well, coming home tomorrow on Wednesday. Now, of course, Wednesday's normally my railway day. Because of this hospital appointment, I have said that I'm not going in, because I can't leave all the dogs all day, especially when I'm out and about like I am now. Anyway, let's enjoy this dog walk. I think Bruno is really pleased to be out. Bruno, you pleased? For me, that says yes.
Oh dear. So, are you doggy walking?
I'm doggy walking with tons of hares and rabbits out. And literally see a pair of hares literally in the thing, and Bruno's like, I've not seen it, don't know what you're talking about. And also hopefully get a lot of sleep tonight.
Yeah.
Now the main worry's over and done with.
No.
Yep.
You're catching an infection in hospital.
Yeah, exactly, especially if you've had something right in your brain.
Yeah.
Well, we've enjoyed our dog walk, and I've just heard back from Jean. It sounds like Dave is going to be coming out tomorrow from hospital, which is awesome. And now all we're doing is basically heading back to the car after the lovely dog walk. Basically, we come to this field. It's a sports ground. It's completely open that you can always come to, and it's a place that Bruno enjoys. He rather enjoys this place, to the fact that he and we sat here for the next couple of minutes, so I might as well put that there and we'll talk. I don't know how well this is going to look. All I'm doing is just stood here. By the way, if I was doing the walking past shot, this is how I'd do it. Place it down in a place that I want. Now all the way back over here. Come on, Bruno. Ready? And action. Go. Go, go, go. That's how I do it. So if ever you see those options that you see, like the B-roll shots of me walking from a different place or doing different things, most likely I've had to get out and do it first. Just like when I put the camera on top of here as I'm putting the dogs away in the car, I'm constantly having to think about different things and get things in the picture. That includes camera angles and everything else. The problem is when you're doing code, it's a little bit more difficult, shall we say. Good girl, Betsy. because all I'm doing is stuck in the same place over and over and doing the same thing over and over, and basically putting into my favourite thing now is AI. Creating a web portal with AI is superb. Like 90% of the things that I need to do has now been done, and if I tried to do this myself I would have been able to do it. It wouldn't look anywhere near as good, and it won't perform anywhere near as great. Like, it's now using all the latest standards and everything else, which just works. Right, before I go, shut up, shut up, shut up. That's because I haven't put my seatbelt on. As you can tell, I've just sat in the car. Before I go, I want to show you something. So do you know when I'm sat in the car and I'm doing the talking, this bit is fine, I'm not moving. The key's just taking the ignition, I'm not really moving, the engine's not switched on. And for example, when it's on this camera mount, it now looks like this. Now, a little bit of trickery in the edit. Thankfully this camera has a gyroscope in it, so it knows if it's upside down because it has to be mounted upside down. But then it allows me to just use it as a camera that's mounted to a dashboard, so I can concentrate on doing everything. I don't have to think about holding the steering wheel or holding different things or holding the camera and the thing at the same time. It's mounted, it's secure, and it's a lot more safer. Right, time to go home. I need to finish off this appointment system and also think about something to eat tonight. I'm thinking some pasta. I haven't had pasta for a while, so it sounds like a plan. For dinner tonight, I'm going to have this pasta. Basically, it's Gnocchi Classics. No idea what they are like, but all you have to do is stick them in hot water and cook until they're soft. Basically, it's pasta. So that's the whole idea for these. And basically, you have to pre-boil some water. Thankfully, we have the cooker tap, which makes things easier. And I could just go to unlock something first. 1, 2, 3. Thank you. Right, do that again. Do 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 do. And that will now make that boiling water that's already there even better. By the way, that in front of you is just bottles of water and stuff. But then what we can do is pour a good helping in. Fudge it, I'm only having this and cheese, so we'll have that. Right, now what we'll do, stick the rubbish away and let this cook. That actually hurt. Right, I've now added myself some cheese to the pasta. It's a strange tasting pasta. I've never actually had this pasta before, so I was just like, let's just try it out, see what's going to happen. And yeah, this is my idea to make it something a bit better. Add some mayonnaise, garlic mayonnaise. If you guys are ever wondering what mayonnaise should you get me, garlic mayonnaise is probably one of my favourites. And yeah, right, I'm going to go and eat this and finish off some coding for this appointment system, and then fingers crossed, I've nearly got everything done, I think. So here's one of the major flaws with every single system I create. It's a bit of a security risk. Well, I can tell you this because as of right now, 90% of my customer data is now completely the opposite end of this spectrum. Okay, it's not really a spectrum, it's either it's encrypted or it's not encrypted. 90% of my customer record has never been encrypted, and I've always sat there like, hey, how can I do this? What's the best way for this? How's the best to do this? And in honesty, those type of things scare you, and that's what stops you from doing it. So, with the knowledge of Gemini being so good at supporting this software like no tomorrow, and it's working out really well, I've now got Gemini to now start doing something even better, which is it now encrypts the data, which is brilliant. So it's stored in the database nice and encrypted. Like, you can't see anything if you were to log into the database. Literally, if I had a database leak right this second, you would not be able to catch anything from customers, such as their passcodes, their name, their person, or the contact person. You wouldn't be able to see anything from that. Now, I'm using AES 256 encryption, which is technically military grade encryption. You can't get any better than that. Well, you probably can, but this is more simple to go through. You put in a salt key, which is a string of random letters, numbers, and characters, which even I don't know off by heart, which is a good thing, because of course I can't then be taken hostage and find out exactly what this code is, because I don't know. The information is based on logins, and once you've logged in, the software just unencrypts it and gets it back there. So there's a lot less limited chance of a data leak compared to what it can be. We're now at 2:30 in the morning on the next day, just like every other couple of days in the previous thing. But the good news is the portal is now working. It's now encrypted to a point, so it's not going to be dramatic if something goes wrong. And we also have a full lockout policy as well, that if you fail to log in, your account gets locked out for 30 minutes. That's just security. So I've added those extra things in. The only thing I need to add on is a maintenance mode in the admin settings, so we can enable maintenance. I might add that into system alerts, so then I can technically close down the portal if need be. But currently everything seems to be working, and it seems to be working very nicely. Right, I'm going to head off. Hopefully you guys have a great day. Look after yourself. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Till then, bye-bye.